Welcome to another bonus edition of Upon Further Review.
Upon further review,
And in this edition, we'll be talking about the Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions. And this Week 3 matchup will be on September 21st at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can catch that on your local Fox affiliates as these two NFC North rivals are going at it. And historically, the Packers have dominated the Lions in this century as they've had a record of 22-4 against Detroit since 2001. They've actually won 5 out of the last 6. But the last time the Packers went into Ford Field in Detroit to face the Lions, they lost 40-10. Now, if you take a closer look at these two teams, you'll see that they actually kind of resemble each other offensively. They both got two really talented quarterbacks. They've got great receiving cores, but they fail short in the running game as they both struggle to get yards on the ground. That's going to be the key for both of these teams to succeed in this game, is if they can get the ball moving on the ground, which will allow them to actually have more passing yards and open up their passing game, especially for the Lions. As you see it against Carolina in Week 2. I mean, they came out so strong in Week 1 against the Giants, and they went to Carolina and got shut down. Because if you can't get it going on the ground, the team can concentrate solely on the pass rush and on covering the receivers, double covering Megatron, locking up Golden Tate, and keeping an eye on those tight ends with that. The linebacking core of Carolina is really good. They were able to shut them down. The Packers, though, their defense isn't so good. That's actually where the difference comes in between these two teams. As much as they are similar on offense in terms of talent, they are very different on defense. Because the Lions are a much tougher team. Of course, they lack some discipline when it comes to penalties, as they are very penalized, and that's something that Jim Caldwell is working hard on getting them to break that habit. It's a habit that goes back a few years now. But if they can get that under control, the Lions can go really far. And this game right here is going to be a big step towards them winning the NFC North this year. They want to win the North. They have to beat the Packers in Detroit. Cannot lose this game and win the North. A game's just a game, but there's only 16 of them in the NFL schedule. And the games against division rivals are extremely important, and you cannot lose at home to a division rival if you want to make the playoffs, and especially if you want to win your division. Like I said, their defense is much stronger. They're much tougher than the Packers. The Packers are actually missing B.J. Raji, so that's really the core of their defense, too. Everything begins with B.J. Raji for the Packers right there up front. Without him, that is a tremendous loss. I mean, we saw, they were down to the Jets, and they were able to come back off the strength of Aaron Rodgers' arm and that great, talented receiving core. I mean, Randall Cobb is amazing, so is Shorty Nelson. They got all the credit and respect to those guys. And they're never out of it with the Packers. They're never out of it with Aaron Rodgers on the field. Because the way he throws those bombs, he airs it out, and at any moment they can strike and they can score. So they're a team that can score really quick, and they can make up for mistakes, and they can make up for a deficit. Detroit, that's why they've got to stay disciplined in this game, and they can't give the Packers second chances. They shut them down. That's the thing that happens a lot of times. Sad to say for Lions fans is that the Lions will shut a team down, but then a penalty on third or fourth down, when it should have been a turnover, should have been a punt, instead extends the drive and then leads the team to getting a field goal or ending up in the end zone, putting points up on the scoreboard. Those are the type of mistakes that you cannot make, especially if you want to make a deep run in the playoffs. You want to make the playoffs, you want to make a deep run in the playoffs, you want to win the Super Bowl. You got to be disciplined. You can't make mistakes. You can't shoot yourself in the foot. You cannot give the other team more opportunities than they already have. They get enough opportunities. They get enough possessions. Don't extend their drives. Don't give them more possessions. That's why turnovers are key. That's why discipline and not having penalties is a very important thing. like I said, I know they're working on that. You know, Jim Caldwell is an excellent coach. He brought the Colts to the Super Bowl, and I fully believe he's more than capable of bringing this talented Lions team very far in the playoffs and even to the Super Bowl. That's the difference between Aaron Rodgers and Matthew Stafford. Aaron Rodgers has been in the league 10 seasons. He's got that ring. Matthew Stafford's been in the league 6 seasons. About time he gets that ring. He should be getting it in the next couple of seasons, maybe even this year. It's possible. Actually, that's a little bit, get a little ahead of myself on that prediction. I think it's more likely they win next year. You know, they need another year under Caldwell, but they could do it this year. It's not unheard of. Pretty sure it was his first year that he brought the Colts to the Super Bowl, so no reason why he can't do the same thing in Detroit. I mean, yes, you could make the argument, he had Peyton Manning. Matthew Stafford is not that far from Peyton Manning. You could make the argument that Matthew Stafford has the potential to be better than Peyton Manning. People say, "Oh, you're crazy. Peyton Manning's the greatest of all time." Matthew Stafford, if you look at his numbers, the numbers he's put up, I mean, the season he had 2 years ago, it was better than the season Peyton had at the same time in his career. If you actually look and compare their careers at this point, Stafford actually, you can make an argument for him, and we'll see how he develops. He's got to get his interceptions and turnovers under control. Peyton had that problem too. A lot of people forget that for a long time, people say he couldn't win the big one, and but see, so it's not as if Peyton started off as the golden boy. Well, I mean, yeah, everybody, of course, he was covered Sports Illustrated even when he was in Tennessee, but he had a lot of detractors, and he had a lot of people picking him apart, and a lot of people doubting him that he could ever even win a playoff game for so long. So, Matthew Stafford, like I said, he has the potential and the arm if he can, continue to grow, continue to learn, and get better at taking care of the ball. There's no reason why he can't put up even better numbers than Peyton someday, and with that receiving core too, with Calvin Johnson, Golden Tate, I mean, he could even break Peyton's record next year, maybe. It's not insane. But for this game here, though, it's this game. It's going to shape out. I think it will be close. I don't think it will be that 40-10 that we saw last time these two teams played in Detroit. I think it should be a closer game. The Lions have a good chance of jumping out to a quick lead and then getting the Packers in a position of having to play catch up. And they should be able to do that too. I mean, the way they jumped in front of the Giants, they should be able to jump in front of the Packers, being that their defense is suspect. We saw the Jets jumped out to an early lead against the Packers as well. So I think the Packers are going to be in a similar position this week where they're going to have to be airing it out. They're going to have to be playing catch up. And it's just going to be a matter of coming down to if the Lions defense is able to stem off the comeback attempt of the Packers in the second half. I believe the Lions will do it. I think they get a big turnover, and which is uncharacteristic of Aaron Rodgers, but it does happen sometimes. I've seen it happen before. I think a turnover at the end of this game in the fourth quarter with less than 5 minutes left, maybe even less than 2 minutes left, Detroit then gets the ball and puts an end to this game, and they win this one by about 6 points. Could be a little closer. They might win it by more, but that's what I'm guessing. Let me know what you think. I'm very interested to hear your opinions. Leave them below in the comments section. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you listening. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did enjoy the show, hit that like button and subscribe as we bring you more upon further reviews each and every weekend, as well as recaps and plenty of other goodies.